When I first was approached by one of the original owners of Tetramer, one of the founders, they were trying to convince me to go to Tetramer and versus into big business. And at that time, they said, make this jump, and as we get bigger, there'll be an opportunity for you to have an ownership position. And that was really just a handshake deal. So I worked for 10 years and put in the sweat equity, and that involved, again, everything from working in the labs during the day, and then at night, in December, filing taxes with one of my partners. After about 10 years, went back to them and said, hey guys, were you serious about that? And they were very gracious. They said, absolutely. You've been, more than an employee. You've been working as an owner. So at that point, I became an equal owner in the company. And then over time, whenever you're running a company, you really just have to look at alignment and say, has everyone got an equal amount of skin in the game? At the time, one of my partners, Earl Wagner, who is our CEO, was actively running the company. The other 3 partners were professors. And it really was just this question of, am I going to see Tetramer through to the end, and where's the value for me? And for me, I think it equated to more ownership was like tenure. It was, okay, this is a company that you have a secure place with this company, until you're ready to not have that position. And that was something that was easy to understand for them. So at that point, I actually bought out ownership positions. Probably another 6-7 years later, we were looking at continued growth, and a lot of the questions involve just risk of, as we grow the company, we have to buy another building. Who wants that on their balance sheet? And at that point, my appetite for reinvesting in the company and reinvesting, my personal assets and putting my name on the loan was higher than everyone else, and which was, again, reasonable. We're at different stages in our lives, and so at that point we said, okay, well, let's do this again, where I bought over a controlling interest of the company, and that gives everyone, we always look at, and I think it's important when you're working with partners to understand what's fair, what's equitable and in alignment with people's long-term goals in life. And I think that was something that allowed the current owners to still be active. They can still come in, they still consult with us, and they still have a company, put me in a position and put the company in position for, to grow as big as we want to go. One of the big challenges with leadership is being able to communicate to your team where you want to go. That's the critical part. If you're going to lead people, you have to have a destination, and they need to know that destination, and they actually have to want to get there. And I think that is one of the biggest challenges that we have is, as a leader, you have to believe that if we do the things right, we will end up in the place that I'm telling you we're going to go, and everyone else has to buy in on that.